Hey, everybody, welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about alcohol in the parks. But first, Sean has a special surprise for us. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and let's get into it.
My D23 gold membership present in the mail the other day, and I figured we can share it right here. I can kind of open it up. So first, this was the first thing in the box. So it's much more than just this. But if you can see that, I got a over here with this hand. I got a fridge magnet.
Okay, fridge magnet.
23 fridge magnet.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I'll drop down here. You got my membership card, the welcome letter.
Where does the membership card get you access to?
Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, I got. So I used to carry my membership card, but I never found a place to use it. So if you're a D23 member and you know what I'm doing wrong, you can log into the D23 site and it tells you what your membership number is, and it's never going to ask you for it because it's part of your login. And then you get discounts on various things. You get you typically get like first access to movies, things like that.
And let's not forget the D23 conference every year.
I haven't been able to attend that in a while.
Is it every other year? I think it's every other year, no?
I think they've skipped years, but I think at one point it was every year. But I know there's one coming up this year, and it's back in Anaheim. So I might make a trip out there. I've only attended it in person once, and I said, yeah, and it wasn't exactly what I wanted it to be. But although I really enjoyed it, it was the year before the Muppets on ABC made their return. Although they're returning in a couple like next week, I think.
Yeah, on Disney Plus.
On Disney Plus, so I'm excited. Excited to see the Muppets on that. But yeah, there's some like a trading card in here. I'm not really sure what that's for.
It's a Lucana or something.
I bet you if I read this, I would know what my benefits are.
Just throw it through your ChatGPT model.
I'm probably not going to read that. So
take a picture and give it to your AI assistant and go, tell me what I get.
Tell my AI assistant. So the bigger thing, and even with two hands, this is difficult. I did this with one hand the other day, and so I've got this tin box that came in there, and then this here is the gold member pin set. Now,
none of the ones I would get.
Nope.
So how well does my
wow.
So this is a pretty big pin right here. So I don't know if these are specific to the D23 club. Obviously the D23 one is, but I don't know if they're all.
I can't say that I've seen any of the other ones at the parks.
No, I think they're like special.
And I look at them all every time I go.
Screenshot these and then compare them at the pin
park. Yeah. I do know that the Walt Disney Vacation Club DVC, they have special, like on the back wall, they have special DVC only pins that you need to be a DVC member to get those. And I know that the Magic Key holders, there are some special unique ones. It really just depends on the cast member that is manning or fronting the cashier. Yeah. I've had a lady like make me pull out and prove that I'm a cast member, or that I'm a Magic Key holder.
Okay.
And I've had others just sell anything to anybody.
Yeah, I don't want to get anyone in Disney in trouble, but you had mentioned that one of the 70 anniversary pins were a Magic Key holder only. And later on that day, I walked in there and just grabbed it off the shelf and said, yeah, I want to buy it. And they didn't ask me any questions on who I was and why I was behind the counter. And
yeah, it looks like this. So they have the Magic Key.
I think I have the one that's just above that.
I was not thrilled with the colors I'm not a big fan of these pastel colors they went with. But
yeah, so the one-off pins that I buy at the park, I put them on my pin board. I get this big, cork board with all my pins on it.
This is the Magic Key exclusive one.
Yeah, I got that one. But the ones I get through the Gold Club every year, they stay in whatever container I have them in, and they just go on my shelf, never to be seen again. So I'm assuming when I pass, someone hopefully goes through my stuff and doesn't just
give us a key. We will take care of your office, Sean. I gotta go beat Suki to that room. Just give me text me 2 hours before you think it's curtains.
Oh, and I'll just have AI create an agent that looks for my life signs. But anyway, alcohol in the parks.
Yes. So we'll start with Anaheim. We're gonna try to cover both parks, but we'll start off with Anaheim.
So I first started seeing it at California.
It's been in California Adventure for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a winery in California Adventure.
Oh, yeah.
They used to have it open, remember?
Yeah.
I don't know if
it used to be a lot easier. They've done a lot of changes in that hill, but yeah.
I'm split on alcohol in the parks on whether it should be there or not. I think it should because we're all adults, but Walt was
go there.
Well, yeah, we're not selling it to kids, but Walt was pretty adamant that alcohol will never be allowed in the parks. And if you take any of the tours, they'll often tell you the story about Anheuser-Busch coming down with like I like to say, a dump truck full of money and backed it up to Walt's house. And Walt said, no, we're not having alcohol in the parks. So they tell the story much better than I do. But
did they use dump truck full of money though, or that's Sean's added?
So I like Disneyland not having alcohol to honor Walt's wishes, but I kind of see that the additional parks can have different rules. But now I think alcohol is available pretty much at every location.
Yes and no. So alcohol is freely available in California Adventure, especially right now. Right now, 2026, of this recording, January 2026, is the Lunar New Year, and it's the year of the horse, I believe.
Yep, the fire horse.
And so they almost every stand, and there's usually a dozen or so stands. They have food offerings and unique alcoholic beverage offerings that you'll never get any other time of the year. In addition to that, though, there's certain stations that are permanent that always have alcohol served in California Adventure. But the uniqueness of California Adventure is that you can walk with said alcohol throughout the park. In Disneyland, you can only get alcohol in one location that I'm aware of, and that's in Olga's Cantina. And you have a maximum of two drinks, and you can't take it out of Olga's Cantina.
Okay. That makes sense. I'm surprised that they haven't added alcohol to the restaurant you go through with Pirates of the Caribbean. What's the name of that restaurant?
Blue Bayou.
Yeah, the Blue Bayou. So I'm surprised that they haven't added it there because that would make sense with the same rules that it has to be consumed inside the restaurant.
Actually, they didn't look at that menu when we were there.
I didn't either. Do they have wine? Maybe?
We never drink alcohol, so it never impacts us. Like we don't look for the alcohol.
Yeah, I'm not looking for alcohol in Disney parks. And I wonder so back in the the 50s and the 60s, alcohol was the viewpoint of people consuming alcohol. There was too many people that were overusing alcohol and causing problems. And, the whole leading up to Prohibition, the reason why we got rid of it is too many people were, too many men were getting drunk and abusing other people that weren't drunk.
Interesting. I have a different theory, but
so we had a whole prohibition, a whole, constitutional amendment to ban alcohol. And then, of course, overturned, relatively quickly in a few years or so. But that's where Walt grew up from, and
Right.
so I can understand his vision of this should be a happy place for everybody, and we don't want a drunk uncle beating up on some kid, um, or two drunk uncles going at it in front of Dumbo.
Right. No, it made sense to me. Like, I prefer it. Like, I don't understand why you need alcohol in a place like Disneyland.
Like California Adventures, I think I get it because it's more for the adults.
But it's a different vibe.
It's a
too.
different vibe too.
Yeah.
The Disneyland is more of a kid vibe, like the kid stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get drunk at Toontown.
I think the problem is that they put the Star Wars land
in the wrong park.
In the wrong park.
Yeah.
They should have gone in California.
But they did it for the land. They had physical space. Because
but they could have done something unique. The keep the land there, but don't have connections to Disneyland. And you can shuttle people over in some sort of unique futuristic monorail type system, from DCA over to Galaxy's Edge. And then it'd be even more immersive because you would have some sort of
tunnel, it would have been like across the street or something. Yeah,
you're going into warp drive, and now you're in the land. You're not just walking from.
Well, they try to do that with that $1,000, $5,000 a night hotel that they made.
Yeah,
that got shut down 6 months later.
That was an interesting thing, but then probably another topic.
Yeah, I think Disney probably definitely did drop the ball. I think in Anaheim it's a little bit different because the land size is so limited and constricted to Disney that they have to play with what they have, and just the sheer size of it, because there's no way Galaxy's Edge would have fit where they're expanding Avengers Campus. Although an argument could be made that now they're getting creative because now they're putting all of Pandora in there, and Pandora is much bigger than Galaxy's Edge, so they could have made it work had they wanted to make it work back then.
So now you got me thinking about Animal Kingdom and how much real estate Pandora is taking up there versus what it's going to look like next to, as part of DCA.
Yeah, I mean, there's not it is. Have you seen the pictures of what they're going to plan on do there?
I have, but let's jump back to the alcohol in the parks.
Alcohol in the parks. All right.
So my first experience with seeing alcohol in the parks was Epcot. Okay. And I believe that they when they opened Epcot, it had alcohol in it. So Epcot,
and is that because of all the world towns that they have that it makes sense?
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming you're not finding it in the front of the park.
I don't think it's available in the front of the park. However, I may be mistaken because I don't really drink much when I'm at Disney. I usually drink when I'm at conference.
I was like, I need all my senses just to walk in a straight line.
But I have drank when I was in DCA, and the last time I was at Epcot, I drank. Alcohol is available at many places in Hollywood Studios.
Because Hollywood Studios is more like our DCA, so that
would
make
sense. Yeah, it is. But there's I think its original concept was trying to be a California type experience with Hollywood and everything, but it's available in Animal Kingdom. So pretty much, it was always available except for Magic Kingdom until they opened up the Beacon Barrel.
Beacon Barrel, what's that?
Beacon Barrel is the Pirates themed bar. And it is it's a very popular attraction, and it's one that I would like to go to Disney World just because of that addition, because it's new since the last time I've been back to Disney World.
Where is it at relative to it's by Pirates?
I would assume it's near Pirates. It's in Adventureland.
It's adjacent to the Pirates ride.
Yeah, that's where it would make sense. I think it took the place of a cast area and part of a gift store or gift shop store.
So that Beacon Barrel
it's getting mixed reviews. It's hard to get into.
It sounds like Olga's Cantina.
Yeah, it's very similar.
I'm getting very big Olga's Cantina vibes with this one. This is a very immersive experience. It's just themed appropriately for pirates.
And the reviews I've heard about it is people are upset that it has some sort of time limit. I think it's 40 minutes.
The Olga's Cantina has a time limit too.
So it's a popular attraction. You need to get people in and out. You can't have people just sitting there all day, because I can clearly see I would park myself there all day and let my kids go all over the park. That being said, my kids are in their 30s, so they don't need me. But it looks like a lot of fun. There's the cast members are interacting with people, and there's some form of entertainment going on.
It's interesting that at both the Magic Kingdom and at Disneyland, the two places where you can drink are very, very themed and limited.
I think they're trying to make it more like a experience kind of idea, so that people just get in and get out.
Yeah. Well, having alcohol in all these parks, I've never really seen anyone drunk except for in Epcot.
Maybe they limit it at California Adventure?
I don't think so, because you can go to so many different stations.
Yeah, but they ask you for ID, don't they?
Yeah, but they're not scanning. They're not tracking you.
Because at Olga's Cantina, they do track it.
The cast members kind of they're remembering who got what.
Yeah, but if you're going from location to location,
you can get alcohol in so many places at DCA.
That's true. Like what Sean said, I've never since they started serving alcohol, I've never seen a drunk person at Disney.
Yeah. And I think that was the original concerns about adding alcohol, was they didn't want someone, they didn't want people fighting each other in the streets.
Yeah,
in the lines.
I'm not a particularly fan of alcohol, but I would get the drinks just for how cool they are.
I think you can get them without alcohol too. Remember from what we were told?
They have some of them, but not all of them.
Yeah,
there's some really, really interesting drinks at Olga's. Have you been to Olga's?
Yes, I've been to the one in Disneyland twice and the one in Disney World like 3 times.
So they got rid of the reservations. Now it's walk up.
Really?
Yeah, there was most of the time it's just been walk up for me. I think I've only had one time where I had to make a reservation.
I would have made it bigger though. I feel like these places, as popular as they could be, I would have made it a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
That was my first impression with Olga's is just not big enough. The very first time I went was in Disneyland.
Yeah, it's tiny. You have to really.
Yeah. So the one in Hollywood Studios in Orlando is almost identical. The entire Galaxy's Edge is like almost identical. You would think it'd be a little bit bigger, but the section of Hollywood Studios that it replaced, which was mainly this big car show, that was kind of an interesting thing, but it was mainly just this stunt show with these little MG midgets.
Yeah. So right now at DCA, at least for the festival, the Lunar New Year, every one of the little stands, they have a very special drink.
Wow.
And so what's cool about these is that they're limited, right? So if you don't get them now, you don't. Yeah. So people are intentionally going like they're almost, I wouldn't say they're incentivizing you to get drunk, but they are incentivizing you to try them all out. Because every single station is going to have a unique food and alcohol beverage that, again, once they're gone, they're gone. And I don't think they bring them back. Like every year they kind of try to change up the menu a little bit.
It'd be interesting to compare it to Epcot's food and wine and food festival.
So DCA does that too during the food and wine festival time frame. Which
I was wondering if it has the same drinks across.
It's not, because these are inspired by the Lunar New Year, so they're more Chinese inspired or infused, I should say. They'll bring back like a whole different set of alcoholic drinks for the food and wine festival. But again, the nice thing about this is that there's a lot of variety in a lot of different places, and you can walk around with them around the park.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that I found interesting and not Disney related, but at Knott's Berry Farm, I don't know if you caught the couple in front of us this last weekend, but there's the one place that we went to serves alcohol for lunch, and there was a line of people just trying to get alcohol, which I've never seen at Knott's.
Where?
Right in front of us in the pizza place we were at.
Yeah, that's kind of the concern Disney had, is they didn't want people just coming to the park to drink all day.
Yeah. So I like that they do it a little classy, right? Like they got the Cafe Circle here. I think Disney does alcohol right, but also, I don't know. You would think that they keep track of these people to make sure they don't get drunk, or security jumps on it like a hawk if anybody's getting
I would assume that there's people looking for.
There's a way for them to keep track of it. I'm sure, because or else we will have a lot of people just.
But in general, like I think, I mean, it's a double-edged sword, right? I don't think alcohol should be in the park, just from Walt's perspective. Like, alcohol does tend to alter people's behavior, and you're in the happiest place on earth, and you're lapse of judgment. You're already tired. You're walking 20,000 steps. Like already got people on edge while they're sober.
The number of happy drunks out there, there's just as many mean drunks, and you don't want a couple mean drunks in the line for Peter Pan.
But Disney also doesn't have like a teenage problem, right? Like
no,
like Knott's Berry Farm has chaperones, like especially during the summer. If you're under like 16 years old, you're not allowed to go to the parks without an adult.
I guess that is true, right? It must be.
Well, I'm assuming Disney probably has a policy like that you just can't drop all your under 12.
No, you can. I think as long as you're 13 or up, you're allowed to go to the parks by yourself or something. There's a policy. You can go by yourself as a teenager.
Yeah, but I couldn't get a magic an annual pass and then drop all my 13 or under kids in there.
I used to go as a 15, 16-year-old. I used to go with my cousins and I just by ourselves.
Yeah. Well, 15, 16 is different than,
But that's the rowdy age, right? You're still in this age where you can cause trouble. Like that same age group of of adolescents, is the right word? They go to Knott's and they hop over the fence at Knott's.
Oh, really?
They're breaking into Knott's. So
that's not good.
I just think I think people know to be on their best behavior at the parks because Disney's watching a lot.
And Disney does ban people.
Yeah, so saying that the security is lesser at Knott's Berry than
it is a lot lesser.
I think they're more lenient at Knott's than they are at Disney. At Disney, they will.
Well, I'm assuming that's a lifetime ban if you get caught jumping the fence. But also the way Disneyland is constructed, there's not necessarily a fence to jump.
Yeah, no, but still, I think because recently a lady got in trouble for sneaking a kitten on the bottom of her stroller. So you still do have malicious people, but you don't need alcohol.
If you fit under the bottom of the stroller, they're normally free, right? Is it 3 and under that's free?
It's 3 and under that's free. I had a friend in high school. We were like 17 years old, and the homie's trying to pass in with the 8-year-old ticket. I'm like, we're 17, man. You're not getting in there.
Was he short?
Saeed.
Oh, he was not short.
He was not short, but I'm like, we went one day, and I'm like, how in the world are you going to try to pass in as an 8-year-old?
So does DCA have the problem where people are trying to get an alcoholic drink at each station when they do something like they're doing now, as Epcot does? Epcot has to forcefully shut people off.
I never saw it
around the world.
I've never seen it, but maybe we didn't pay attention.
Yeah, because even when Epcot isn't running the Food and Wine Festival, you can get an alcoholic beverage at pretty much almost all the restaurants, and they do have people that try to drink one drink from each location. And if you're doing that, it's
If only there was the power of the internet. Published January 23, 2026. Disneyland Resorts, the Year of the Horse. Guests can say sip. So the Sip and Savor Pass intentionally does not include lunar alcoholic drinks, but Lunar New Year's multiple. Okay, nope.
So not every station has an alcoholic drink.
Yeah, there we go. Government guests must be 21 years of older to purchase and consume alcoholic beverages. Limit 2 alcoholic beverages per guest. A valid government photo ID will be required.
See, that means they are tracking them.
Oh, they tracking somehow. I don't know if
I don't know how though, because there's such an easy way. Like, what happens when you go and grab 2 and I go and grab 2 and you gave me, now I have 4 because you didn't drink them.
Yeah, but that
would mean for your 5th and 6th you have to find yet another person to go get you.
But I think this is per guest at that location. Like, I can't go to one stand and order 3 drinks. Like I'll be limited to 2, but I'm pretty sure if I go to another one,
I think we need to test this.
We do. We do. Also, well, you know what it would also be interesting to see is to sit down and observe and see how many times people
come up.
Like
that would be a less fun way to test this, but yes, that is probably
John's method is we go and try to get multiple items.
I just want to sit there and watch people.
Well, because in the Olga's Cantina, it's very easy to track because you go in, you can't leave. Like there's a person watching. There's only one way in and out, and so we snuck the coasters out.
Well, I think the coasters are free.
We snuck the coaster out, and I thought we snuck something else out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the coasters are a souvenir. I don't think you needed to sneak that.
Didn't I try to sneak something else out? I'm pretty sure I tried to sneak something else out.
No, all I remember was that floor was sticky.
Yeah, that floor was very sticky.
Very sticky.
But they watch you. They watch you on the way in. They watch you on the way out. So you can't take the thing out. And 2, that you get that one bartender. So that bartenders, I'm assuming, are trained to keep track of how many orders that you got.
And it is such every time I've been there, it's been elbow to elbow or shoulder to shoulder. It's packed in there. So I don't know if I would rely if I own the place, I wouldn't rely on the cast member to be able to keep track.
But what you're proposing though is that they got like some sort of facial recognition technology that's watching as people move around their parks.
No, when you buy it, you have to show ID, but they could scan your pass.
Okay, but they scan your pass, and so what? Like that means they have to have some back end system that goes tick tick.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple system. I bet you they could use AI to create it.
Don't give Disney any idea.
Well, one thing to note: if you're international, they require you to show a passport.
Oh yeah, that is a very important thing, Sean, for our viewers here, and I try to show it or share it with everybody that came to Team 25 Anaheim for our Atlassian conference. If you are an international traveler guest of Disney and you want to consume an alcoholic beverage, you must have your passport with you.
Okay.
No passport equals no alcohol. They do not accept any other form of ID other than a passport. So that was very interesting. I almost bought the alcohol for that couple next to us.
Because they didn't have their passport with them.
Who goes to Disneyland with their passport in their pocket?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't. But I'm not. I guess it would only apply if I was going to Disneyland France or Japan or the other ones, which. That's one of my goals for this channel, is getting us to the point where we could expense those trips and experience.
You want to go try all the alcoholic beverages in all the parts of the land.
Yes, and I'm assuming that the ones in Japan are top notch. So
I'm still stuck on this. I don't think like the instructions there didn't say that they say a government ID is required, but not your pass. What happens if you only have a ticket as well?
And you don't have an ID?
Well, because the ticket today is tied to a picture, regardless of which ticket type you get. All ticket types get some sort of picture, except the cast member ones. They don't take a picture on you on the cast member ones.
No.
So if you go in with the cast member, but then I guess the cast member is on the hook for you.
Yes,
if you're doing something dumb, the cast member is going to get mad or in trouble. I got to ask my cousins, my family, but nobody in my family drinks that much to go check it out. But Sean, we're going to have to make a trip to Disney and try.
Oh, I definitely. I'm already trying to come up with a plan to come out there and test this. How much longer is the Chinese New Year event happening?
To the 22nd, right, of February?
Didn't we just have it right now?
I think it was the 2nd of February.
It will run until February 22nd.
Yeah.
So,
but don't worry, because as soon as that one's over, they're picking it right up with the Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah.
Is that falling on in March?
Let me see. They've announced all their 2026 dates.
Yeah, because the Epcot one's not until August.
Our Food and Wine is usually in the spring. Yeah, March 6th through April 27th.
Oh. Yeah,
what do they have in May?
2 full months, yeah.
Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, they do the Mexican one too, right?
They do a little Mexican thing in May, but just that week. which everybody's going to be here for. All right, folks, that is it for this episode. Let us know if you've ever had alcohol in the parks. Let us know if you think that Disney should or shouldn't have alcohol in the parks. I think they should get rid of it. But I think it's like one of those rules where, like, it takes one person to ruin it for everybody. I don't think anybody somehow miraculously has not ruined it for everybody. But all it's going to take is one person.
We won't have more stories about drunkenness in the park. So they do a good job if it ever happens to make it disappear.
Well, the other thing that they do at the beginning is they have that dog that doesn't let you in, so you can't bring alcohol into the park. Although,
well, that's a good thing. Is how many people do you think try to sneak alcohol in?
So that's what I'm trying to think, because
it's in a sealed bottle. But
the dog's not everywhere either.
No.
Then I'm like, because not to mention, Sean, that
I don't think there's such a thing as alcohol sniffing dogs.
I know. I don't think so.
I think they're mainly looking for drugs and explosives.
Some guy here's where my
Alice, new idea.
No. Let me explain.
Alice is going to start breeding alcohol sniffing.
Let me explain my facial expression on an incident. I'm trying to think of an incident that happened to us. So we usually carry a big flask bottle to the parks
with water.
You shouldn't be allowed to do that.
What?
I don't think they don't allow glass into the parks.
Sorry, did I say glass? Just a flask. I said flask.
Metal.
The metal ones, the hydro flask.
Yeah. Metal flasks are allowed.
Yeah, so we carry one of those, and we always took it loaded with water.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to have a teacher in high school that he's like, "This is why I drink vodka, because it looks like water." And I never knew if he was actually drinking vodka or he was actually drunk or just crazy.
So there are alcohol smelling dogs, but they're typically used for single owners. So if the dog smells alcohol in anything given to that person, it could alert the person, say, "Hey, you shouldn't drink that because it has alcohol in it." Instead of like a pot smelling dog that's that's looking at entire crowds.
So let me wrap up with my little story. So we always took a water flask, and talking with the security guards one day, because I was always yelling at them because they're so slow at Disneyland. We left the flask in the security check, and we got on the tram and we took off. And when we got off the tram, 10 minutes later, we're like, where's our flask? And so I let them keep going, and I got back on the tram and went to retrieve it. But when the tram drops you off, based on Disney's new policies, it drops you outside of the security. So you have to go through security again.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. So I get off the tram, and I'm like, can't you just drop me off on the inside? They're like, no, everybody has to get off. I'm like, but I've already, I made it this far, which means I've already gone. They're like, no. I'm like, that's dumbest policies, Disney. So anyways, different rant for a different day. So I go through the security, and as I'm walking through the tent where the dog is, my immediate reaction is I'm looking on the floor. I'm like, what happened to the dog? Because he was just there 10 minutes ago. And I look up, and the dog starts walking, and it's following some guy, and he was bringing in he had a bag, like a takeout bag, like a clear plastic bag with food in it. And the dog just went and just started following him. So that's what the dog will do. They'll just start following. But I'm like, I lost the dog. What happened to the dog? So at that moment, I suspect you could have.
All right.
But they definitely don't open the flasks. But I would assume, again, if Disney had an alcohol problem, they would put a stop to it immediately.
Yeah, I think so too.
Drink responsibly, people. Dos Equis. Isn't that a Dos Equis commercial? Drink responsibly.
It's some commercial.
Subscribe. We'll see you in the next.
Bye, everyone.